Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So I just wanted to have like a little chat with you all today. And this is a subject that people talk about quite a lot. And I feel like maybe I have a different opinion in my experience. And it's kind of like how social media is going at the moment. There's almost like this underlying panic that I don't think is necessary. Just before we dive into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to a sponsor of today's video, whose products I'm going to be using throughout this video as we talk, and that is Flannels. Now, if you're not familiar with Flannels, they are a retailer here in the UK. They have many stores, I think it's 50 plus across the UK. Flannels are bringing luxury beauty to the regional markets. The store based in Liverpool is the biggest opening yet, and it's across 6 floors, and on these floors you have Barry's Bootcamp, Dr. Eyeshadow Clinic, and a soon to be revealed rooftop. And they do like clothing, accessories, etc., but they also do beauty. Some of the most amazing beauty. I've got fragrance from them. It's where I go to get my Patrick Tar products because I know they're always going to have some. And some of these brands like Patrick Tar and Kylie Cosmetics and even Hermes are exclusively in store at the Liverpool location. There's also Dior, 111 Skin, and also the Dermalogica facial rooms. And there's actually something they are doing that kind of inspired a thought in my mind about the way the beauty industry is going in terms of us as consumers. And maybe we'll start with that. One of the main things that really stands out for me are these, I haven't seen these anywhere, beauty changing rooms. This is an absolutely incredible, I love this. It's an incredible idea, and I'll tell you why from the point of view of consumer and somebody who used to work in beauty retail. I'm going to talk about why I do my eyebrows. I'm going to go in with a Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in the shade 6 Cool Soft Black. So this is a new thing for any retailer in the UK, really. It's a changing room like you would go and try on clothes in a store, but with makeup. So you don't have that pressure from the shop floor, or that pressure of maybe the retail artist or someone watching you. And I know some people can feel a little bit self-conscious about this. I know, for example, when I visited some other places, the constant, oh, do you need help? Do you need help? I'm like, no. And if you do need help, there's a little button you can press and someone can come in. Or you can just say, you know, I'm fine without help. How amazing is that? And I think that will take a lot of pressure off people who don't really like to shop in public or try products in public. And this really got me thinking, and this is a bit of a long one, so bear with me. One thing I notice a lot, right, is that people always ask me to do tutorials, which is how I started my channel. I would always post tutorials starting from the basics, how to do a smoky eye, how to choose a foundation color, where to put blush, all this kind of stuff. And they never do well. If anyone does a tutorial, and this is why they don't do it anymore, they don't get the views. Here's why though, because a lot of people know exactly what they're doing now. They don't need your help anymore. Of course, there's some people that do need a little bit of help. We have come so far in terms of our knowledge of makeup, what we need, the undertones of our makeup, color correction, all this stuff. So when you go into a makeup store now and you look at products or you want to buy products, you more than likely absolutely don't need the help from one of the people who work there when it comes to trying the products on. Maybe choosing a shade, maybe have you got this shade, do you have this in stock? But when it comes to actually, you know, applying the product, we all know what we're doing now. So to have something like a beauty changing room, right, where you can actually just take your own time to try these products how you usually would. What did I just do to my eyebrow? With your makeup, without interruption. I think it's such an incredible idea. I love this pencil, by the way. It's so thin and so precise. I didn't think I don't know why I had it in my mind that Benefit didn't go darker than that. I always thought they just did a deep brown, but this is a perfect black, not pitch black, for my eyebrows. That's beautiful. Benefit have their brow products down. They know exactly what they're doing. We're going to go to another Benefit product. This is the Stay Don't Stray Light Medium. I got the shade. Eye primer. I've never used an eye primer from Benefit before, but you all know that eye primer is, I will not do makeup without eye primer. Priming eyelids is very important. And that's where at the moment, I think people have this panic, these creators say, you know, YouTube isn't doing it as well, all this kind of stuff. In all honesty, my content, my views and things like that have kind of stayed the same along the way. I think the only thing that's changed for me is subscribers. I was getting, when I first started out, I was, you know, when I first became popular, it was during lockdown, just as we went into lockdown. So as my content was getting shown around, my reaction videos, more and more people were subscribing more frequently, I should say. So that's changed a little bit, but that's kind of expected. But here's what's happening now. And this is how I see it too, because this is how I consume content now. Instead of doing things like something tutorial, smoky eye tutorial, which seems like the basics of where to start, I think people are looking for more educational content. We know how to apply the products now, but what goes on behind the scenes? And I think that's why my reaction videos still get good views, because although reaction videos seem to be maybe a little bit done, I would like to think that I give some education in those videos. And I think that's what people look for from videos now, not just tutorials because the basics are done, but something a little bit deeper. People are looking for, you know, more commentary things. Like they like people commenting on things. People's opinions, a deeper dive into things. So I think if you're doing YouTube and you're like, YouTube is dead, I think it's a chance to look at your content and think, what can I add to it? So I think that's why reaction videos, deep dive into this brand, deep dive into this brand. I love a good opinion video, you know? Makeup is still fun and it is still like a really creative thing to do, but at the same time, we're not discovering makeup anymore, you know? So let's go into the Iconic London Multi-Icon Eyeshadow Palette. Iconic London, everything I try from them, I absolutely love, as far as I can remember. This is cute. Yeah, that's really cute. So when it comes to shopping for makeup now, I feel like, you know what? It is time now that people got back into stores. You know, I think stores have come up with hygienic ways to shop and try products and rediscover their love for makeup in real life, not just online, you know? There was something really nice about going makeup shopping. I'm just gonna go into this shade Cocoa Brown. This palette feels really luxury. I really like that about Iconic. Their products always feel like nice and luxe. This primer, by the way, is really nice. It feels tacky, slightly tacky, which is good, but not too dry and not too wet. You know, it's not concealer. It's the perfect kind of texture for a primer. Like, how great was it, right? Back in the day, do people still do this? When it was Saturday and you're organized to go shopping with your friends and you walk up to like a makeup counter and you just have a look at all the lipsticks and the glosses. You know, your friend kind of forces you but convinces you to buy like a new lip product, and just discovering something new all the time. Maybe like the retail artist would try a lipstick on you, you know, that you're like, oh my God, I didn't know this would suit me. Like, those were good times. So I don't think everyone's love for makeup has gone. There's this panic. It's like, no one likes makeup anymore. I think it's a little bit more like people are taking makeup into their own hands in a different way than before. People used to go shopping and people used to go to like counters and be not the professional, the customer, the person who needed advice. And I think now we can take everything we know from online, everything we've learned, and go to the stores and be the expert and have these people help us, you know, who are there to help, but just have fun with it. And I think we almost need to shift in terms of how YouTubers, how content creators see their audience now is that way. We're not teaching as much as we used to. And if we are, it's more in depth and more deeper than what we were teaching before. This is why, let's go onto TikTok, right? On TikTok, we are getting those kind of basic videos because the audience is a little bit younger and people are discovering makeup on TikTok. They're discovering like these new hacks that we all knew about 20 years ago, you know? But that's their way of learning. But I think it's really important to grow with your audience. I feel like for me to sit here and you know, do a how to apply lipstick is kind of an insult to my audience. I know you all know what you're doing a lot of the time. And sometimes I get messages like, I don't know how to contour, I don't know how to do this. But then also we know in the back of our heads that that's not necessary, you know? The only thing I worry about with TikTok is the lack of information and the amount of misinformation. It's very much a platform where you really need to go viral. You know what I mean? So people will do like something really stupid or really ridiculous, but people out there do take it as fact. So the education isn't quite there yet for me. And yes, they make like a 3-minute video, but you know, I can sit down and talk about a product for 20 minutes. And when it comes to TikTok, you can have 3 minutes, but nobody's watching a TikTok for 3 minutes. You know what I found really interesting and quite sad recently? Not sad as in, but sad as in, okay, we need to realize this. There's a content creator on TikTok called Grace_Africa, and she has 1.3 million followers on TikTok. And she posted a TikTok recently. It says, when you set up a meet and greet and no one comes, and you see queues for other creators, you know, around. And I just think it's really, well, one, it's a waste of her time because, you know, as a creator, you want to make some money. It's your job now. But also we have to look at the attention span on TikTok, right? The attention span on TikTok is 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Tell me, the only time I consume TikTok content is when I'm on the toilet. There's nobody on TikTok who I have a personal, well, not personal, but that level of connection with. Yes, I follow people on TikTok and I'm like, yeah, they're really funny, but I will swipe through their videos really quickly. Whereas people on YouTube, you watch them for a really good amount of time. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes sometimes. I'm going to Merlot Red. I don't know, I guess we get to know each other a little bit more through comments. You get to know me a little bit more through my videos because they're longer. It's not just a quick clip of me, I don't know, dancing, giving a quick makeup tip, you know? It's a little bit more, we talk more. We do lives together. So although it's, you know, a million or millions of TikTok followers, I follow loads of people not because I want to see everything they do. I don't know, it's different. That follow on TikTok is different for me to a subscribe on YouTube. You know, does that make sense? Am I making sense? Or am I just in my head saying random crap? It's a different kind of follow to me. And I think that's been proven a few times throughout like this kind of TikTok journey. But also you look at how many people watch people's videos. Like on YouTube, let's say you have 1 million followers. Ideally you want an audience of around 10% for that one video. So around 100,000. To be fair, 30,000, 25,000 is a good number. So, but if you were on YouTube and you had 13 million, 10% would be, let's not do that. But you get the idea, right? Whereas on TikTok, you can have someone who has less of a following, who has a TikTok with like 3 million views, which usually wouldn't happen on YouTube. Oh, I always want to use both. Let's do Pink Frost. And then I'm going to do the Clear Quartz on top, which is this really nice whitey shimmer. What's wrong? Oh no! Oh, I used the wrong finger. Oh my god. I pressed the wrong finger and I put the quartz one on. Oh no. Let's see if we can change this up. No, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay. Then Clear Quartz is going to go on the inside right here. It was meant to be a halo, but now it's not. And that's fine. So it's kind of like we need to be a little bit more realistic about TikTok as a platform. Brands need to, you know, be a little bit more realistic about how they're advertising on that platform, because the views don't relate or don't quite, what's the word? Translate, I should say, to how maybe they would on TikTok. No, YouTube. I love that shimmer. I love that shine. And that's the thing as well. I think it's similar with Instagram. I think Instagram and YouTube are two platforms where you really almost like very purposely follow that person. That's what it is. It's like following with intent to consume their content. Whereas with TikTok, because it's so quick and you can just swipe away, you almost know immediately if you're interested in what's going to happen in that video or not. Okay, I just want to do my skin and then I'm going to do under the eye. I'm super excited to try the Shiseido Sports BB Compact 50 plus, SPF 50 plus, workforce quick dry, very water resistant. So I actually got 2 shades because I don't know what my shade is at the moment because I have a bit of a tan. So I got medium dark. Look how cool this packaging is. I love this like sports, like it could almost be like deodorant. Comes with a pad in there, and then the color, that's for medium dark. I'm actually gonna use a brush to apply this. The sponges I think are great for touch-ups, but initially I always like to use a brush. I think one thing that Instagram has very much like forced on us is reels and video content, which I don't mind, but all I find myself doing is scrolling through things that I've seen on TikTok already. Recycled content, and even I do that. I'll post on TikTok and then I'll take the same thing and post it over on Instagram. Not a lot of people use like all the different platforms, but I do have to admit Instagram has become a little bit of a second thought for me at the moment. This is going on incredibly smoothly on the skin. Shiseido you can always count on to make a good product, you know. It smells really good too. It feels very lightweight. I would actually love to know, right, on Instagram, do you do the same thing? Do you just end up scrolling through reels? Like you click on one and then you start to go through it. I think the thing with Instagram is they've tried to change too much and become something too much. All anyone wants is how Instagram used to be. If it just went back to how it used to be, putting content out in the order it was posted, seeing things from, I mean, there are so many, I sometimes forget I'm following people on Instagram, but I will always be recommended this from some creator I don't want to follow. There's a reason that I'm not following them. If I want to discover something new, I'll go to that page, you know, where you click on stuff and they show you things that are new. I don't need it on my main feed. And I don't mind an advert, but when it's like, because you watched this or because you follow this person, you might like this person. It's like, well, I don't. I was taking that Merlot red and lining it just underneath that brown. And then I go back in with a brown and give it a little... And you know, I think at least that's one thing YouTube hasn't really kind of changed, is it's not really forcing stuff on you. Sometimes it feels like they're forcing shorts on us, but to be fair, I can go on YouTube and never see a short. Okay, I just want to be a little bit brighter around these areas here. So I have the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer Pen. Use a bit right here. Oh, really creamy, really smooth. I love that it's this triangle shape, because you can get right into the little bits here. Look, see? Yeah, nice. Oh, it blends really, really nice. I can see why it's called luxury. Okay, let's go back to Iconic. And this is the Silk Glow Duo. And I've chosen Rose Glow, I believe. So we have this beautiful highlight. Look at that. And it's blush, which isn't completely matte. It definitely has like more of a shine to it. These look so beautiful. Okay, let's try the blush first. Very nice. Very easy to like control, you know, it's not over the top applying loads and loads of product. Very nice indeed. And let's go into this highlight here. This looks amazing. Yes. Oh, I love that. Ooh. And here's the deal, right? Back to TikTok. Everyone kind of wants to go like viral and get TikTok famous, but what benefit does it really have unless sponsors really want to, like, do they pay a lot? I don't even know. I think I got paid like 25 cents from, love that highlight. It's so seamless with the skin. From Laura Mercier, the lip glaze. Glass? And this is the shade Rose. Yeah, that really nice, just nude. You know me. So I do have to say, when people are like, YouTube is dying, you know, no one's watching, I think it's content. I think it's the understanding of content. Or what, you know, content people want. No one cares about unboxing your FabFitFun box anymore, because like the consumerism isn't there. It's not as intense as it used to be. It's still high, but it's not as intense as it used to be. We don't want everything. We don't have to have everything anymore. There are more aspects to makeup than just the tutorials and just for this and just that. People like the education part of it, as boring as that sounds. It's something that people are happy to be knowledgeable about. I'm going to whack on these lashes, Lolas Lashes. Okay, lashes on. These are very subtle and very small, but I kind of like them. I'm just waiting for that lash glue to dry. Okay, so this was a full face using all products, very kindly sent to me by Flannels. If you are around the Liverpool area, I urge you to go in and try those beauty changing rooms. I think they're going to be a really, really incredible experience. I think it'll be really fun as well to try everything just by yourself, just like you're sitting in your own beauty room. I think that'd be really cool. In conclusion, I don't think that the beauty social media world has come crashing down. I feel like people haven't adapted and haven't really thought about a way to carry on doing what they're doing in a way that's interesting to their audience. I don't know. Let me know what you think below. Let me know what kind of content you are watching at the moment, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on TikTok, Instagram. What's another one? Facebook. I forgot about Facebook. Facebook is my biggest audience. Isn't that crazy? People thought Facebook died, but it's my biggest income and my biggest audience. Isn't that insane? Anyway, All right, thanks again to Flannels for sponsoring today's video. Like I said, comment down below, like, consider subscribing, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.